Hey, crafty friends, it's Andrea from Prairie Sky DIY, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Manitoba, Canada. Welcome. I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late. Tech was not being very techy today. So I had an idea for a card, as most of my stories start. This one was actually inspired by paper that is in the new mini catalog. This really fun excuse me, really fun, bright, ocean inspired, tropical colored pattern paper. One of my favorite shows is Friends, and this was totally inspired by that. So we are doing a You Are My Lobster Valentine using not Valentine colors. I decided to go with the Calypso Coral Lobster. We're using early espresso. And the last video I did that featured the Alamo dies, I showed you how to use the adhesive sheets. For this one, I decided to step it up a little bit more and show you something else that you could use. So I'm actually just using strips of tear tape. So I put the strips about half an inch apart all the way down, and then I ran it through my die. Now I am going live on StreamYard. So if you have not given StreamYard permission, please do so I can see your name when you comment. This is going to be on YouTube and my Facebook page. So all I'm doing is peeling off our backing and sticking our letters down. Now I am starting with the longest word, that is lobster. And then we're going to work our way up. And then I'm going to figure out the placement for our lobster, which is going to be fussy cut, which is why I have my paper snips on my desk. All right, so super quick. I'm actually using this piece of, I can't remember the name of the designer series paper, but I will find it and I will put it in the description, and it will be over on my blog as well. I also, if you join my email list, I have a free download that will give you 5 different card ideas that will help spark your creativity. So yeah, if you head over to andreaestinson.ca, you can grab that over there. It's been really popular so far, and I love doing sketches, both designing and using, because it makes life so much easier, especially if you're in the mood for like a quick hit of inspiration. Okay, so this is our side 1. This is our side 2. I thought that the orange and peach kind of went a little bit better, and that's actually peach pie is our background. Okay, so you are my, there's the Y. I thought putting it on my cutting plate would be a little bit better. Actually, I did not think about the spacing of these letters. I could have done the orientation this way, but most of my cards are vertical and I wanted to switch it up. So now we're going to see where we land by going horizontally. Oops. And I like how each of the letters have these little like tabby things on them, so it does help with alignment a little bit. You just need to make sure that they're straight-ish. R-A-R-E. I spell the words about 75 times before I place the letters. Oops. Still doesn't help with spelling. This is going to be tight. do slightly different alignment. It does make me a little crazy, but I did have a vision for placement of the lobster. And I'd kind of like to stay true to that a little bit. Okay. So You Are My Lobster. That part is finished. I'm gonna move this out of the way now. We're not actually stamping on this card today. I'm actually going to bring in this piece here. And then we're just going to do a quick fussy cut. Now, when you're fussy cutting, super sharp scissors are always a good idea. Hey, Mary Louise, I hope you're having a good day. And it is super imperative to move the paper, not the scissors, because first of all, it gives you a bit of a more accurate cut, I find. And you have a little bit more control. And personally, I'm probably less likely to cut myself if I do it this way. I'm not going to bother going through all of these little bits and pieces because I don't really trust my hand to do a good job with that today. And I kind of want a little bit of white on the card as well. And I just poked my finger with the scissors. Of course, it's from the East Coast. That's the only kind there are. Actually, my kids were very spoiled when we lived on the East Coast. I lied. I am going to need to cut this, darn it. And they kind of got accustomed to having lobster. But on the prairies, it's a little bit more spendy. And now they complain that we never have lobster. So if any of my East Coast friends want to take pity on my poor children who never get lobster, or their mother for that matter, feel free to send some my way. I'll tell you though, the first time that I ever saw a lobster truck or a fish truck parked at the Kent parking lot, it was very much a what the heck moment. But there's nothing fresher and nothing better. Tell me you're a prairie girl on the East Coast without telling me you're a prairie girl on the East Coast. Okay, well, don't cut off his little tentacle feeler thingies. Okay. Now, how are we going to make this guy fit? Okay, I have both of my take your picks were on my desk this morning. But I did have a feline visitor on here, so she's probably sent it flying. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to put a little bit. We're going to use adhesive, or are we going to use dimensionals? That will depend on what I have in my bag of tricks here. I have a roll of foam tape, actually. This is probably 100-ish years old. I don't even think Stampin' Up! Sells the foam tape anymore. And we're just going to put it right down the center. And have it come right off on my fingers. Try this again. Okay. So we're going to stick this guy like this. And now we're going to do surgery on our card. Because planning is not my strength. I make the mistakes and don't do the planning so that you can learn, hopefully, from my little oopses along the way. And really, there is no wrong in art. It's an adventure. Okay, I'm going to take this, take that. Peel it up. And you know what? Sideways swipes are a frequent part of my crafting. So this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that it didn't quite land exactly where I had planned. All right. You are my lobster. So he's kind of tucked in behind. I don't know. By the time I'm finished playing around, this sticky stuff isn't going to be sticky anymore. Now, you know what? I think people can figure out that this is an A. I don't know. Okay, I think I need to stop playing. Yep, that works for me. Okay. Adhesive. You really should tape your layers together before you add any dimension or extra layers to it. Yeah, I also really love the what's the word, variegated ombre effect of this paper. We're going to take our piece here and we're just going to run it to the inside just to give it a little bit more of a finished look. If you wanted to, you could absolutely go ahead and add a stamped sentiment on the inside. Ooh, actually, I just remembered. I have these guys. There's a Valentine's Day one. Stick that on the inside. And happy Valentine's Day. I'll do that in the center. It's not very often that I do a zero stamping card, but today it's definitely a zero stamping card. And grab our bone folder, give this a really nice, good, sharp crease. And then we're going to pull in these party dots, which are also new in the new catalog. And these dies, actually the alphabet dies, are one of the new freebies that was added for Celebration for February. So with a purchase in Canada of $75 or more, you can choose these guys as your freebie. Now these are, it doesn't have the coordinating colors on it. I'm not sure which coordinating color it is. I'll look that up and stick it on there too. And then we'll just add, I'm thinking 5. It needs a little bit of extra something. And let's see. I think these are petal pink actually. I don't know. Am I feeling the pink? Not really. So we'll do the 3 small ones and 2 bigger ones. Come on. Okay, technology wasn't technologying with me. Now these guys don't want to be picked up. Come on. Try this, give it another twist. It's almost time to replace it. It's almost to the bottom. So as soon as the putty starts to extrude, I back it right back off so it doesn't keep coming out. I have a huge window in my craft room, and especially in the summertime when it's hot, things run and melt a lot. And this actually, a couple of summers ago, got so warm that I came out and I had a putty snake all across my desk because I forgot to back it back off. Oh. All right, so there is our non-Valentine friends inspired Valentine, using some of the Ocean Friends, I think it's called, but I'll have to double check as I mentioned. So yeah, You Are My Lobster, perfect to give to a loved one, a family member, a really close friends that you've been friends with forever. I love Valentine's stuff that's not particularly Valentine-y, and this really could go for any season or any occasion. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little bit. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon.